Today I woke up very low on energy and I had some really, really bad dreams. Um, and I woke up with a headache and I was just not my best. Let's just say that. But I picked up my stuff, my blanket, and made some matcha and went into the park. And I sat down, and as I put my feet in the grass and it was such a beautiful sunny day. It still is. I I just tuned into my heart space and I tuned into my being and was starting to enjoy the sun and starting to enjoy the nice weather, the quietness and the peace. And I tuned into stillness. And this is what I want to talk about today because as we're going through spiritual awakening, and for me, that has been a long process. This year specifically, more than any other year or time before, a lot of shit has come up. A lot of unprocessed emotions, unprocessed grief, sadness, anger, all of the things that I have been kind of like hushing down and putting aside so that I can keep on going in life. Because that's kind of what the society is expecting from us. That's what the world is expecting from us. That's how we're um, raised to be the winner in this world, to not succumb to depression or grief or sadness. You have to keep going. You just have to keep going. And that's what I was doing for many years. I kept on grinding, as you know, from my previous videos. I kept on getting myself really busy. Like I was always busy, and I found pleasure, and I found I felt like I was a winner. If I had a long list of things to do in any given day, and I was checking off all the boxes, and I was accomplishing all of the things from my list, and at the end of the day, I felt satisfied and I felt like I was winning and I felt good. Meanwhile, unprocessed emotions of any kind, of grief, of sadness, of depression, of fear, of whatever, they never go away. They're stored in your body until it's time for you to process them, or until, if you don't process them, they turn into various illness and ailments in your body and sickness. Um, and it's not easy. It's not as easy. And I want to tell you my story because I think it's important for you. When I first sat in meditation, it was 12 years ago. It was here in New York, in the Buddhist Kadampa Meditation Center. And I was just out of my long-term relationship that was really felt like a dissolution of a marriage because we lived together for 5 years. And I could not stop with the racing thoughts. I just couldn't understand what they were talking about, which is to sit still and to gently push away your thoughts. I couldn't do it. I wanted to run away from that place. I really wanted to run. That's how uncomfortable I felt and like not at ease. fast forward 12 years to today, I can meditate without even closing my eyes. I can tune into my heart and my state of being away from my thoughts um, without even closing my eyes. But that took a while. It took time. It took practice. It's practice. Meditation is practice. Sitting in stillness and being simply being, letting your emotions be there, processing your emotions, um, sitting with your heart, tuning into your higher self. It takes practice and it takes time. But even in those weakest moments, when you're really struggling, when you can't do it, when you're sitting on your mat, or you're sitting somewhere in nature and trying to meditate and it's just not working, and you just feel so sad and depressed and like you want to give up, and um, and you just can't do it, take a note of the divine messages that show up. Like today, as I was sitting in meditation in the park and I was really feeling low, the energies of what's going on in the world and everything is really affecting me. So I was really sitting in a very kind of low energy space, and I had negative thoughts, and I was trying to meditate. It wasn't really working out how it normally does. And as I was sitting there, a little squirrel came up to me, and she was very playful, and I had some nuts with me, and I gave her a couple, and she was just there with me, and for a little bit, and made me smile. And then another person passed by, and she saw us like interacting like that, this woman, and she then also smiled. And so in that moment, I realized that this is a divine message. This is God, the universe, telling me that I'm going to be okay, that it's okay, and that there is a path for me, that I'm on the right path, that I just need to keep going, that God has a plan for me, just like it has for you. The universe has a plan for you. God has a plan for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You would not be, you will literally not physically be on this planet if God did not have a plan for you. And in that very moment, I realized that it's okay. You are going to have highs and lows on your journey of awakening. You're not seeing this message, you're not seeing this video if it wasn't a divine message for you to see it. Everything in this universe happens in divine timing. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen. You may not wake up all cheerful and happy because you wanted to wake up that way. You may have had a bad dream like I did, and it affected me. So keep going, my dear. It's not going to always be easy. You're not going to always be at the best, even though you're like basically, I was forcing myself to sit in stillness today. I wasn't feeling it. I still went through it, and I now feel so much better. And the divine message for me was to share this with you so that you don't feel like you're alone. You're not alone. I'm here. And for me, there was a little squirrel and another person that smiled at me. It was a message from God that I am on the right path. And may this be a message for you that you are also on the right path. And do not give up, my dear. You are going to have bad moments. You're going to have better moments. You're going to have the best moments. But you are still here. You're still here. There is a reason why you're here. So keep going, my dear. I'll see you soon.